Hi, this is Corey with Dirks again. In this segment, we're going to talk to you about drip systems. With drip systems, there are many different ways you can install them. There's lots of ideas, lots of options out there, things to kind of customize to your situation. I'm going to start by just talking about maybe the start of a brand new installation. This is what they call a drip zone kit. It's a special drip valve and a drip regulator that you put at the start of your system. This little white thing here, that's the regulator, and that's regulating it down to 40 pounds. With a drip system, it can't handle 70 or 80 or 90 pounds pressure like your normal sprinkler system does. So we've got to kind of tone it down a little bit so that everything can work right. This is a filter with secondary water in the area. Even though you have your main filter at the start of your system, this is an extra filter to help protect the drip system with these little tiny orifices. They plug up really easy. So to start your system off, this is what you'd put on. A lot of times the way we'll recommend you put them in is to put this in your box at the start of your system, and then you can run poly pipe to your various flower beds. You may have a flower bed over here, and you might have a flower bed over here. You'll come off and you can put a T in the system and just stub the poly into those two planter areas. These are retro kits. So say you've got an existing sprinkler system where you maybe had spray heads and you want to add some drip system in. This isn't a sprinkler head. What it is, it's a regulator / filter. So there's a screen in there. So that's just a little screen, and that's the regulator. That's going to take it down to 30 or 40 pounds. And so from this, you can, the kit comes with either an elbow that you can, stick that elbow on there and away you go with drip tubing, or you can do a T and go both ways with it. And so maybe you're taking out an existing sprinkler head, sticking this in, and then you can run some drip line. And so once you get ready to put in your drip system, you've got to connect onto that poly and convert to this brown drip line. And so how you do that, say you got poly pipe stubbed into the planter, you can hook on your poly and then convert right to the drip. Say you've got this funny pipe that's stubbed into your flower bed. They make this adapter, and one side fits funny pipe, one side fits this brown drip line. So you can hook onto the funny pipe, connect onto the drip line, and away you go. So there's two kinds. The drip line, I don't know if you can kind of see that, but it has a little black emitter. Every 12 inches there's an emitter. Each of these emitters will emit out 1 gallon of water per hour. And so this system, you'd kind of serpentine this pipe all throughout your flower beds. This is meant to just sit right on top of the landscape fabric. And then you'll put your gravel right over the top of that to kind of hide it. And so that's one way to do it. A lot of people just run that everywhere. This other tubing it's a solid tubing, and you're just going to poke a hole and you're going to water the individual plant. And so these are some different emitters that you'll use with that. This red one here, it's a 2-gallon emitter from Rainbird. They color code them. A black one happens to be 1 gallon. They've got starting from half a gallon all the way up to 5 and 7 gallons per hour, depending on trees, shrubs, what types of amount of water that you need. So typically, to keep things kind of simple, we use a lot of probably the 1 and 2 gallon emitters for most of the shrubs, maybe a 5 gallon or 7 gallon for a tree. And so how this is going to work is, once you're running this solid tubing around your plant areas, they make tools to kind of help poke the hole. So this is one that you can poke a hole. This is one made by Rainbird, where you can stick the actual emitter in the tool itself, and then you can kind of, let's see, I got the wrong one there, the solid one. And then you can kind of press that in there. As you pull it out, it leaves the emitter there for you. And then you can take this small little spaghetti tubing. It comes in a roll, and you can kind of cut it off to the length you want it. And then you can stick on this tubing, and then you need to have a stake to kind of hold it down. And then there's what they call a little bug plug. And what the bug plug is it, bugs can crawl in there and plug up your pipes, and so it allows water to come out but keeps the bugs out. So if you can picture this laying kind of on your ground, you can kind of stake that on, and your shrub's going to be just right next to it, and that's going to water onto your shrub. That's kind of a typical installation. That would be on every plant. They have other little things out there. These here are little emitter stakes, and they just kind of do a full circle, just maybe 12 inches. They have a stream spray or a fan spray, and the stream spray has little fingers that kind of come out. The fan spray is more of a mist, and just put on a little stake, just real simple like that. That little stake can go in the ground next to your plant, and that can be another option there for you too. Like I say, there's a lot of options in drip. They have misters that you can do. They make emitter stakes with little full circle, half circle, quarter circle misters that you can use to spray if you've got a lot of ground cover and you want to just mist something. There are a lot of options, so feel free to come into any of our dirt stores, and we'd be happy to give you a rundown of anything to do with drip. Thanks.